Go.
Well, we've got a minute and 18 left to go here in the first period of play. No score between Lander and Powell. We apologize for the audio difficulties this afternoon. There's a long punt. It's touched by Powell, goes down to the 30-yard line, recovered by Lander. Let's see, is that going to be did they rule it touched the Powell player or not? It was looked like it ricocheted off Zach Ratcliffe, but apparently not. And the Powell Panthers will have the ball after a really, really nice punt by Matisse Weaver. It goes all the way down to the 15-yard line. So that was 32 and 35. It was a 60-yard punt by Weaver. Here come the Powell Panthers out now. They're at their own 25-yard line. The quarterback is Jet Swan. He's under center. Handoff goes straight up the middle to the first guy there, and I believe that's going to be Reed Smith. Not much on the carry for Smith. He already has a number of carries. It's a gain of 2 yards on the play. Smith now with 6 carries and 30 yards, and the ball advances to the 27-yard line where it'll be second down and 8 yards to go. Tigers with a 4-man front. Defensive ends up close. Linebacker, there's the handoff. Whistle, and nothing doing there on that one. No gain on the play. So it is going to be third down now, and third down at the 8. Beautiful afternoon in Lander after we had some really, really gusty winds, a little bit of rain. And, of course, the smoke from the Sand Creek fire just west of Lander was nearly covering the field here 2 hours ago. Okay, here comes Schwann up to the line of scrimmage. Under center, far side. Hands the ball off to the second man through, and the pass is incomplete. Intended that time for the big man, Graham. So that for Schwann is his third pass attempt of the evening. He's completed 1 for 7 yards. So the Tigers will get ready to receive the ball on the punt. The punt will be placed down at the line of scrimmage, which is the 27. Tisso Gwinna going back for the Tigers, and they will be punting with the wind. Here's the snap and the kick. It's a high end-over-ender. Comes down to the 27-yard line. Gwinna to the left-hand side. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, up to the 40-yard line, and then down he goes. So Gwinna from the 28 to they're going to call it the 39-yard line, a return of 11 yards by Gwinna. And the Tigers will take over first down, 10 yards to go, and they're at their own 40-yard line, first and 10. That's the end of the first period of play. No score in this ball game, and we'll be back.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
The Maven B Series, our elite line of premium optics. Superior low-light performance, tack-sharp edge-to-edge clarity, generous depth of field, silky focus mechanism, built-handled elements, state-of-the-art technology, and an uncompromising optic.
Back again at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium here in Lander. The strong winds are just now a brisk wind coming out of the southwest, about 8 to 10 miles per hour. Lander will have the ball, first down and 10 to go at their own 40-yard line. Football placed down on the hash mark on the near side. The quarterback, Brennan Stauffenberg, is going to go under center. Now he shouts some instructions to Gwinna, wide receivers. And Gwinna now in motion. under center, one man in the backfield, and the handoff goes to Weaver. He's caught behind the line, dropped for a big loss by Graham. Graham sticks him well behind the line of scrimmage, and the loss is going to be back to the 35-yard line. So it'll be a loss of 5 yards on the play. And for Weaver, that means he only has 3 yards rushing right now. His last 2 carries have gone for naught. Both teams undefeated on the season coming into this game. Powell has had Lander's number. They've won the last 4 games against the Tigers, including a quarterfinal victory here at Bill Busch Stadium last November. So now back in the shotgun formation is Stauffenberg, the junior quarterback. Pass out to the near side, comes out, caught by Gabe Harris. Harris goes across the 35. Not much more than that. They're going to get a yard, maybe 2 on that catch. He tried to go inside.
That was good. Good screen out there by the Tigers. The outside wide receiver, both of them on the near side, had good blocks. They did it legally without going outside the pads. Good pickup. Still got a while to go to get a first down.
Thank you, Josh Henninger, our color analyst here on these broadcasts on WyoToday.com and KFCW. And now we have a Stauffenberg goes to under center now. Receivers trips on the left side. One man in the backfield. The snap, back to pass as Stauffenberg heaves it down court. It's caught by Weaver. Touchdown, Lander.
That was an amazing pass by Stauffenberg. He had the 3 receivers on the far side, and I'm not sure, I didn't see if Weaver was lined up in the slot there near side, but he just found the hole. Looks like it was man-to-man defense for Powell. He was able to get off the line fast, broke away, and it was easy 6 for the Tigers.
Well, that was Harris actually on the carry there on the catch. Sorry, it was 27, not 37. Now we have 37 coming out, and he's going to attempt the point after touchdown. He's been perfect so far this season. 10:16 to go. First half of play. Shot. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Tigers go out on top, 7-0.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Back again at Bill Busch Memorial Stadium, and the Tigers have struck first here this afternoon. It was a 3-play, 60-yard drive with the touchdown by Stauffenberg to Harris, and now Weaver with the extra point will tee it up at the 40-yard line. And deep back for Powell is Zach Ratliff. Weaver approaches the ball. There's the snap, or there's the kick. It's going to go out of the end zone. Matter of fact, it went through the upright. So it will be first down Powell at their own 20-yard line. And we had a lot of interesting action there in the first quarter. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues there that we finally got resolved, so we're going on now. But Lander's defense has been pretty good. Powell has had 3 touches, and they've only managed to make 10 yards on offense,
including a stop after a turnover as well. Powell got the interception. Tigers stopped him at 3 and out.
Okay, here comes Schwellen off to the under center. One man in the backfield. Handoff goes to the second man through, and that's going to be Smith. Reed Smith with the carry, and he's going to pick up 4 yards. They're going to give him to the 24-yard line. So for Smith, he's been the workhorse so far in the game, Josh. He carried 4 times that time. He's got 34 yards on 7 carries.
And it looks like the Tiger front 7, front 8 have been able to do a pretty good job of keeping him under wraps. Haven't seen any large gains, anything more than 5 yards.
Coming out on the near side end is Zach Ratliff. Ratliff's the lone wide receiver. I formation. There's the handoff, goes to the second man through, and there we go again. Smith has got the carry, and he's got a first down all the way to the 40-yard line, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 37. So that is a 13-yard gain for the Powell Panthers, and he got on that right side, and the Tigers couldn't get him.
Broadcaster's curse works still, I guess. Say he hasn't had anything more than 5 yards, and he breaks off one for double digits. My bad.
47 yards now for Smith. First down at the 37-yard line in their own territory. Here's the handoff. Jet sweep. It's Smith. Smith's got some running room. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's tripped up at the 12-yard line. Nice defense by the Tigers' Jace LeClaire.
Jace LeClaire was able to chase him down and get him by the shoestring tackle. Looked like Smith was on his way to for the house call. LeClaire able to stop him. Hopefully the goal line defense of the Tigers can come in clutch again.
Okay, 38 and 13 for that play. That was a 51-yard rush by Smith. He's really gaining the ground here this afternoon. Now has 98 yards on 9 carries. Hash mark near side. Graham and in the backfield. The handoff goes falling down on the play. Well, that was lucky for the Tigers. Zach Ratliff lost his footing and just went down.
You know, it looked like there was a little bit of a bobble on the exchange between the quarterback and the running back there for the Panthers. Looked like the defensive line for the Tigers had all those holes stacked up pretty well, but judging by his smaller size, he may have been able to sneak through there a little bit and find some room.
I'm surprised that Smith is getting a lot of the carries here. Graham is their big running back. He's carried the ball the most in the first 2 games against Riverton and Worland. Here's the handoff. Goes this time right to that second man through Graham, and he powers ahead for a couple of yards back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. He's back to the 12, so that is a gain of 3 yards by Graham. He has 25 yards on 4 carries.
Looking at his larger size, I think you can expect Graham to be used in the second and third and short to go as well as goal line. He's considerably bulkier than the tailback that the Panthers have.
Third down, 10 yards to go. They need the 2 for the line to gain, and 2 more for the touchdown. Here we go, big third down play. Rolling out to his right side is Schwann. Schwann is caught, but he gets away. Passes in the end zone, overthrown. And a flag goes down. Do we have roughing the passer here?
Hey, looks like it might be, because I didn't see anybody else in that area other than the quarterback and the defender that was chasing him.
Well, Jet Swan is a sophomore quarterback, and he got caught over on the far side. Maybe we have well, let's wait and see what the officials have to say. The umpire is coming out to let us know. And we do have the personal foul, roughing the passer. So that's going to be the first penalty against the Tigers, and that'll be half the distance to the goal, and they put it down at the 6-yard line. So we have the penalty to the 6. That's a first down. And now Powell has 4 shots at it from the 6-yard line. 7:25 to go, first period, 7-0 Lander Valley on our Tiger scoreboard. They're in the eye. One man split out wide to the left side. Handoff goes to the second man through into the end zone, untouched. Touchdown Powell, and that's going to go to Whitlock. Whitlock gets it 6 yards and the touchdown, and that's going to tie the score here in this contest.
You know, so far the Tiger defense has done a pretty good job at holding the rushing attack of the Powell Panthers at bay, and then this drive they've had a couple of big runs, busted through down the field, an easy score, As looks like PAT is going to go up and is good. So here in the second quarter, 7:22 left on Tiger scoreboard. We got a tie score, 7-7. We'll be back right after this.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds and it can save your life.
Go Pokes, buckle up!
I think the world needs more cowboys.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Well, that was a 7-play drive by the Powell Panthers, and it went 80 yards from their own 20 all the way down to the goal line. And taking it in was Whitlock, Sam Whitlock. And now the Powell Panthers will kick off. And doing the chores is Simon Schupman. There's the boot. Long, high, end-over-ender, and it goes at the goal line. And coming out with it is Gwynna. Gwynna at the 20-yard line. He's at the 25. He's at the 30-yard line. And I called that. That was Jonah Brown. Jonah Brown. So he got the return, and Lander will start now, Josh, at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like that kickoff might float into the end zone, and I think the wind picked up just in time. Jonah got the ball. He had a good block here on the near side by the gunner for the Tigers and was able to get a good return, taking it 10 yards further than would have had on the touchback.
So the Tigers have it. First down, 10 yards to go. A hash mark on the near side. And the quarterback, Stauffenberg, brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Stauffenberg is now in the shotgun. Larvey behind him. Larvey gets the call. Larvey squirts through the left side, gets about 5 or 6 yards up across the 40-yard line. They're going to call him to the, up to the 36-yard line. A gain of 6 yards by Larvey. That's his second carry for a total of 8 yards. So second down and about 5 yards to go. The play comes in from Coach John Scott. 4-man front for Powell defensively. There's a handoff, and it goes to Larvey again, and he powers his way close to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a yard short of the first down. So Larvey gets 3 yards on that carry.
On that carry, Larvey just put his head down. He's able to kind of bowl over the much larger lineman, Sheldon Schupman, for the Panthers, was able to get the lower leverage and power his way forward close to first down.
We're tied at 7, first quarter, 6 minutes to go here at the Bill Bush Stadium until halftime. Whistle, and we have motion.
Looks like offsides. Looks like the hard count was able to draw the Panthers offsides. Good work there by Stauffenberg.
And that gives Lander a first down, and that moves the ball to the 44-yard line. That is the second penalty by the Powell Panthers. They've been penalized 10 yards in this game. Okay, Stauffenberg back in the shotgun. Larvey alongside of him. There's the handoff to Larvey. He is caught, met at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Coming up and making that tackle was Sam Whitlock.
So Whitlock, Sheldon Schupman, and Adam Flores, pack of Panthers there to bring down the tailback for the Tigers.
So officially 1 yard on the play for Larvey as the ball is across. He's got 12 yards now. Sun right on top of the winds. Back to pass. And there's the pass. It's caught and dropped. I don't think the official saw it. Pass that time was intended for Jace LeClaire. Right at the 45.
Sorry about that, Ernie.
No.
Just a quick little timing route there between LeClaire and Stauffenberg. It looks like it was good timing on there. It hit him right in the chest. I could hear the thud through my headphones. Looks like it might have been just a little too hot for him to bring in.
Third down and 11 yards to go. Ball at the Tiger 44-yard line. In the slot now goes LeClaire on the right side. Gowina on the left side. In the shotgun, back to pass. Stauffenberg uncorks one. It's caught. First down, and it goes to the Tigers' Jonah Brown across the 50-yard line. And that will be a nice gain of, they're going to mark it at the 44-yard line. So that is a gain of 11 yards. You know, on that last play, the Lander Tigers crossed midfield, and AARP Wyoming wants you to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what's going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP's Wyoming Facebook page. Oh, there we go. Lost it again. Can you hear it? Okay. Okay, Tigers first down, 10 yards to go. Second first down of the second quarter. And there's Larvey. Larvey gets a nice hole on the left-hand side. Cuts inside the 40 down to about the 43-yard line. So that will be a nice play of about 6 yards. 4 yards on the play by Larvey.
And it looks like the Tiger offensive line, they're starting to do a little bit better job at pushing the Powell Panther line backwards. They're getting some good holes for Larvey. Sure, it's only 4 or 5 yards a clip, but you do that 2 or 3 times, and that's a pretty good way to get a first down.
So the Tigers have it at the 37-yard line in Powell territory. Second down, 5 yards to go. Football smack dab in the middle of the field. Stauffenberg in the shotgun. Back to pass. Throttles in the middle, intercepted. Second interception of the game, and he threw it right to the Powell Panther right there. And that was the Panthers quarterback, Jet Swan, who caught that ball, and it was a rocket, but it went right to Swan.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to get the receiver, the slot receiver that was on the slant. It was a good pass right where it needed to be. Unfortunately, he led his intended target a little bit too far. It's Swan just sitting there in the zone coverage, put his hands out, and it went right into his chest. Probably the easiest interception he's ever going to have.
And it didn't go for any yards because he was caught right away. So here comes Swan out now for the Panthers. Ball is on the near hash mark, 4:17 to go, second period of play. And the ball is fumbled, and he picks it back up. And I think Powell recovered that. He fumbled the snap, Josh.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what happened there. If it hit the legs of the center, or he just wasn't quite ready for the snap. Luckily, it bounced right into his hands, and he was able to fall forward for short gain, if anything.
I'm going to give him no yards on that because the ball's smack dab on the 22, and that's where the line of scrimmage was. So it's second down now, 10 yards to go. Ratcliffe goes out wide to the right side. They're in the eye under center. Swan turns, hands it off the near side. Smith. Smith's got a lot of running room. He jukes to the right. He goes to the left. He's at midfield, down to the 45, out of bounds at the 42-yard line. First and 10, Powell Panthers.
Yeah, it was a good hole there for the Powell Panthers. He's able to bust it right through the line, get into the second level pretty quick, and the linebackers were pretty much tied up as well. It was just left to the safety in order to escort him out of bounds. He also had a good block downfield there by Zach Ratcliffe. I saw him out there throwing the lead block as well, kind of directing the running back where to go. Overall, it was a good play for the Panthers.
46-yard scamper and a first down for the Powell Panthers. Now that's their first of the second quarter. 3 overall. Hash mark far side. They're in the eye again. In motion is Ratcliffe. Goes to Graham. Graham finds some running room on the left side down to the 40-yard line.
Graham was able to take it right up the gut there, found a good hole, just like the Tigers were doing on their drive. It looks like the Powell offensive line is also getting an advantage in the trenches there, making just enough of a lane for Graham to mark it down the field about five yards a clip.
Yeah, he's now down at the 35-yard line, so it was a gain of 7, third down, or second down now and 3 yards to go. Ratcliffe in motion again to his left. There's the pitch. It goes to Graham. Flag on the play. Graham makes it close to the first down yardage, but I think this one might be coming back.
Looks like it might be coming back on illegal motion possibly. I don't think Ratcliffe got set before the ball was snapped. Yep.
An illegal shift against Powell, so that will be their third penalty, 15 yards in penalties against the Panthers. And the official talking over there with the Powell Panthers coach. And let's see, here we go. Chase Kistler is the coach. So there's the 5-yard mark off. It goes back to the 40-yard line on the penalty. So it's going to be second down now, 8 yards to go. Hash mark, far side. Sun setting behind the Wind River Range to the west. One man split out wide to the near side, everyone else in the eye. There's the handoff. It goes to Smith. Smith gets a little bit of running room on the outside. First down yardage inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line before he's finally hauled down by the Tiger D.
Tell you what, Smith had some great vision on that carry. He was supposed to go in the A-gap right there next to the center, found the lane outside, bounced it to the right, was able to get out there, and then had a sweet little spin move to his left to get an additional 5 yards. Good little carry there for Smith.
Smith now has 156 yards unofficially. Powell in the same formation. Handoff is fake. There's a pass into the end zone, and it is caught. It is caught downfield at the 2-3 yard line. And let's see, who is that? Something 8. Come on, turn this way, buddy. 88. So that is Austin Graft. Graft with the completion. It goes from the 25 to the, they're going to mark it right at the 5 yard line. So that is a 20-yard pass play. And that is the third pass completion by Graff. There's Graham. He powers forward to the goal line, but he doesn't get in. He's stopped at the 1.
That last play for the Panthers, that pass to Graham, Tiger defense bit really hard on the play action. Collapsed inside thinking they were going to run it up the gut, and it left the safety all by himself as the corner bit on the fake. And Stauffenberg was trying to come over to cover the receiver there, Graft. Fortunately couldn't get there in time, led to the big play for the Panthers.
Powell knocking on the door, and whistle timeout is going to be called by the Powell Panthers. So with 1:15 to go here, the first half of play, it's all tied up at 7.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
And the Lander Tiger Band entertaining as the student section off to our right here is pretty jam-packed with kids. And off to our left, looks like we've got a full grandstand on this side. Quite a few folks, Josh, have made the trip from Powell.
Yeah, it looks like there's a good section of people that came over on the 3-hour trip from Powell.
Wearing their orange and black. Okay, second down, goal to go. They're right at the 1 yard line. Schwann has him in a split backfield. Kind of looks like the old wishbone. It goes to Graham, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Graham gets the carry, 2 yards for the TD.
right up the gut, just to the right of center. It looked like Robert Cuevapalo, the senior, had a step on him, but Graham was able to sidestep him to the left and get the clear route into the end zone for the touchdown.
1 minute, 11 seconds to go. Graham on a 2-yard run. And now here comes the extra point by Hawkins Sweeney. Sweeney, the snap is down, it's up, it's high enough, and it's good. So Sweeney gets the PAT, and we'll be back. Powell 14, Lander 7.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only.
Here's Sweeney to approach the ball at the 40. There's a low kick, and it's going to go into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. Tigers will take over first down, 10 yards to go at their 20-yard line. And the second very long series of plays, Josh. They scored with 7:22 to go in the first half on a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And then with 1 minute and 11 to go, they scored on an 8-play, 78-yard drive to make it 14-7 after that INT.
Yeah, that first drive, it was mostly a run-infused drive, whereas that second one, it was a good little mix of runs and passes, the big one being that play-action pass that led to the touchdown a short couple plays later.
Twin receivers on each side. Stauffenberg in the shotgun. Larvey alongside him to the left. There's the snap, straight back. Now he rolls to his left side, throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Boy, that one made him almost reached us.
That was a good read by Stauffenberg. He's trying to look downfield, get the big hitter before halftime. Still just under a minute left. Good decision. Instead of trying to force it in there, throw it out of bounds, go for it on second down.
58 seconds left. And now the official is talking with Stauffenberg, who's complaining that he was hit in the head. Now the official tells him to back away. We have a intentional grounding and a loss of down. Well, he threw it away all right. He was well behind the line of scrimmage, so that is the second penalty against Lander, and that's going to put the ball all the way down at the 5-yard line. So that on the penalty, boy, that's a 15-yarder.
Maybe they're saying it didn't quite get past the line of scrimmage before it went out of bounds. That's all I could think. He's well outside the tackle box, so it wouldn't have been that.
Sure was, yeah. Okay, single receivers on each set. They're in the eye behind Stauffenberg under center. There's the handoff, goes to the second man through. There's a little bit of daylight there, and that is Larvey, I believe, or is that Sweeney? Sweeney, not Sweeney, Weaver. Matisse Weaver carried the ball, and he gained 6 yards up to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like
or 11-yard line, I'm sorry. So we got 6 yards on that play by Weaver. 51 seconds. And this has been, until the last 3 drives, pretty much defensive game, Josh.
Yeah, it looked like the Tigers had a little bit of momentum, and then Powell got the stop. And then Powell couldn't really go anywhere. Tigers couldn't go anywhere. Then there's the interception. And look, so far, Powell scored off one interception, went 3 and out on the other. And big thing coming up, as I was talking to the assistant coach, Steven Sawtell for the Tigers, he said the big wild card is going to be the special teams, whether it's kickoffs or the punts with the wind. Of course, it died down there in the first quarter, but as soon as the sun went down, it seems like it's picked up a tick again.
Yeah, and the running back, Reed Smith, 156 yards on 12 carries for the Powell Panthers. He's just been a monster here tonight. Okay, Tigers come out, 3rd down. They need about 25 yards. Here's the snap. Pass is caught down the middle of the field, up to the 20-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage before he's pulled down, and that for the Tigers is Jonah Brown. So Brown gets it, and it goes from the 6 to the 22-yard line. So that is 16 yards on the pass play. And that goes to Brown. He has 2 catches tonight, 29 yards total offense. Tigers take a timeout.
Welcome back, Lander Tigers, and welcome back, high school football fans. After a long summer, it's great to be back to Fremont County Sports. Hi, I'm John with Teton Therapy. At Teton Therapy, getting you back out there is what we're all about. We treat everything from back and shoulder pain to brain injuries and strokes, and we get you back to living pain-free. Live your life without pain. Go to TetonTherapyPC.com to book your free consultation today.
Prices are going up all over. Food prices, fuel prices, tires, oils, you name it. But there's one thing that hasn't gone up. WRTA bus lines will still get you where you need to go in Fremont County for the same low price they've always had. Just $1 one way. How can you beat that? See WRTAbuslines.com for the new fall route schedule. Save hundreds of dollars every month. And use the WRTA to travel to and from the Riverton Airport. See WRTAbuslines.com for details. And remember, don't drink and drive. Wear your seatbelts and...
Okay, back at the 40-yard line, we have Smith. There's the high kick by Matisse Weaver, and it goes down and picked out there by Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe makes one move, makes another up close to the 50. That's going to be about a 13, 14-yard return. And with 32 seconds to go, Powell has a chance to add to their lead here if they can get 2 there. So that was a nice return by Ratcliffe. He got 13 yards on that. He's had 38 yards in returns so far. Okay, Powell comes out. The new young quarterback, Jet Swan, has it in the center of the field. Twin receivers on each side. 2 on the outside, 2 in the slot. In the shotgun formation, almost had a high snap. There's a pass downfield, caught and dropped. Incomplete. And the pass was intended that time for Zach Ratliff.
Yeah, it looked like the Tigers are playing just a prevent zone defense. Not a whole lot of time left here in the first half. Powell doesn't have any timeouts, so look forward to them doing a bunch of out routes and routes that are going to end up or be near the sideline so they can scoot out of bounds, stop the clock.
The quarterback, Schwann, has passed the ball 5 times. He has 27 yards so far. Same formation. Now Smith in motion to the right side. Back to pass to Swan to Smith, and he gets the ball at the 50. He breaks one tackle. He's down inside the 40 and out of bounds with 19 seconds to go.
Looked like the far side defensive back. I didn't see who that was for the Tigers. Initially had a step on the receiver there for the Panthers. Unfortunately, quick little sidestep, shake and bake. He was able to get down the field, and the defense was unable to prevent him from going out of bounds after he advanced the ball. Stops the clock for the Panthers.
All right, so there's a nice gain on the play of 13 yards, and that went to Smith. There's a pass play broken up by the Tigers. Down goes the quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like it was fumbled by the quarterback on the snap.
Yeah, that's the second time they've done that. And the loss is going to be back to the...
No, Tigers recovered it.
Oh, the Tigers recovered the ball. So Lander gets it right back. The loss is to the 44-yard line. So that is a loss of 5 yards on the play. We'll give that to the quarterback, a -5. And he now has -9 yards. And Powell takes another timeout. So Lander will take over on the first fumble for a loss by the Powell Panthers. Tigers will have the ball now at the 42-yard line.
44.
Oh, 44, that's right. Yeah, thank you, Josh.
I don't know how Powell could have taken a timeout. Scoreboard showing didn't have any timeouts left. So I don't know if the Tigers took it and they didn't announce it or what happened there. But still showing 0 timeouts for Powell and 3 timeouts for Lander.
And we know Lander's taken at least one earlier in the first half. 13 seconds to go. Powell has a 14-7 lead. Last year in the quarterfinal game here, it was 15-7 was the final score. No, they say Powell retained possession. Well, we have a little confusion out on the court.
What is going on here?
They said Lander had recovered the fumble, but now the officials have changed the call, as they are wont to do, and it is Powell. They're going to go from the, instead of Lander Valley from the 44, it's Powell from the 44-yard line. So, 13 seconds. That play took a whole 1 second off the clock before the timeout was called. Lander called the timeout. So 13 seconds to go. Time for 1 or 2 plays here, depending on the pass formation that they use. If they try to get down the field, the 84 Sweeney, Hawkins Sweeney, is a pretty good field goal kicker, and he's already had 2 this year. Longest was 45.
And the big thing he'll have is he'll be kicking into the wind as
right,
well. So
yeah.
you'd have to guess that they'd have to move it maybe 5 to 10 yards further. Of course, we don't know how big of a leg he has. I mean, as long as it's 41, maybe he can kick it 51. Who knows? But kicking into the wind definitely will make it a little bit more challenging.
Twin receivers on each side, 1 man in the backfield. Schwinn calling from the shotgun. Whoa, he almost lost the handle on the snap. Rolls to his right, throws downfield. It's caught by Graham, and a flag comes out immediately. Graham down to the 15-yard line. Well, let's check out the laundry and see what that is.
Thinking a hold or a block in the back.
Well, there's 3 seconds to go, and it's going to be against Powell. Ineligible receiver downfield.
There's that one too.
Yeah, and that's the one they called. That is the 4th penalty against Powell. They've been penalized 20 yards. And they're going to bring that one back. Powell has 3 seconds. Hail Mary here?
I would think so.
Into the wind.
And just like with the field goal kick, into the wind, it's going to be hard. I'm thinking maybe that last play was originally supposed to be a screen. And with the pressure brought by the interior lineman of the Tigers, it forced the quarterback to swing out wide. So then the lineman of the Panthers went too far downfield.
That's the end of the first half of play. And after 2 periods of play, it's Powell 14, Lander 7. And let's take a break and come back with some stats.
On the road.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
The Maven B Series, our elite line of premium optics. Superior low-light performance, tack-sharp edge-to-edge clarity, generous depth of field, silky focus mechanism, built to handle the elements, state-of-the-art technology, and an uncompromising optic.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds and it can save your life.
Go Pokes, buckle up.
I think the world needs more cowboys.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Let's take a look at our first half statistics. And, of course, the Powell Panthers have had those 2 long drives, and it shows up statistically. Powell has had 37 yards passing and 156 yards rushing for a total of 239. Let's see, 199 rush. Oh, yeah, that's right. 199 rush, 40 passing, 239 total for the Powell Panthers. And the big guy there is Smith. Tell you what, Reed Smith has had a heck of a first half. He's had 12 carries for 156 yards. And the big fullback, Graham, has had 7 carries for 37 yards. Whitlock, 2 carries for 6 yards. And the quarterback, Schwann, has had 5 carries, and that's -9 yards. He was sacked a couple of times. In the passing department, Schwann has completed 3 of 6, 50% for 40 yards. Smith has 1 catch for 13, and Ratcliffe 1 for 7, and Graft 1 for 20, and that's the 40 yards. Ratcliffe has 2 punt returns, and he 1 of 25 and 1 of 13 for 38 yards. For the Lander Tigers, they have total of only 25 yards on the ground. And that's not very many, Josh, against a tough Powell team.
No, I know what the big thing that Coach Scott was saying last week at his post-game interview was that the plan of attack was to have a ground and pound game just like the Panthers, throw it right back at them. I've seen a couple of big passing plays that unfortunately didn't get converted for the Tigers, and they just have not been able to make any ground up on the ground to try and get a significant identity in this game as far as the offensive yardage goes and be able to try and keep this close game. I mean, it's only a 1-touchdown game right now, but looking at the stats, look at the numbers, the Panthers have outstandingly been the enforcer in this game.
Okay, the Tigers 25 yards rushing. Weaver has 9 and Larvey has 16. In the passing department, Stauffenberg has completed 4 of 9 passes, and he has, let's see, did I get that right? 94 yards passing. So he has 94 yards passing. I just did that. I was looking at the Powell thing going, hey, wait, that's not right. That's Lander. Schwann, did I do Lander first? I'm losing my mind.
You did Powell first.
I did Powell first. Okay, so I was right on that. The Tigers have 25 yards rushing. They have 119 yards passing, total of 143 yards total. Stauffenberg's completed 4 of his 9 passes. Harris, the leading pass receiver, obviously, with that big 61-yard race he had to the end zone. Brown has had 2 catches for 29 yards. On kick returns, Tisogwina has 1 for 11, and Brown has 1 for 30 yards. So those are the offensive statistics for the Lander Tigers. And at halftime, we are 14 Powell and 7 Lander.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back to Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Josh Henninger here with Ernie Overs. We are at halftime between the Panthers and the Tigers. The Panthers lead 14-7 at halftime. Looking at some scores, we'll start first in 3A. Looks like in the second quarter, number 2 ranked Cody's beating Worland 7-0. No score reported between Green River and Buffalo. And over in Evanston, Riverton Wolverines in the first quarter against Evanston. They are winning 7-0. There is a slight weather delay in that one as well. There's some lightning in the area. We'll go over some scores in Fremont County. Looks like In Class 1A 9-man, number 2 Shoshone is beating number 3 Rocky Mountain 14-0 in the third quarter. Looks like there's no score given between Grable and Wind River. Some out-of-state contests. Looks like number 4 Douglas in 3A is beating Belfouche, South Dakota 41-0. In the first quarter, Sugar Salem, Idaho is beating number 5 in 3A, Star Valley 7-0. And in the first quarter, Rollins is playing at Moffat County, Colorado. Don't see a score in that one. Some games this weekend in the 1A 9-man and 6-man. In 9-man in Riverside at St. Stephen's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And I know they're not quite in county, but they're pretty close. Number 2 Farson Eden in the 1A 6-man plays Burlington at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and Matiti and KC at 2. Midwest is up at DuBois at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Looking at Class 4A scores, we have at halftime, number 1 Rock Springs is beating number 5 Kelly Walsh 42-0.
Whoa.
And at halftime, number 2 Sheridan's beating Cheyenne Central 31-7. All of these are blowouts except for the last one. Also at halftime, number 3 Thunder Basin is beating Cheyenne South 42-0. And at halftime as well for Cheyenne East and Campbell County, number 4 Cheyenne East is tied with the Campbell County Camels. I saw earlier online, Campbell County last week, their first home game won since 2019.
Yeah, and
almost
of course,
2 years.
Yeah, that's when they split the high schools there.
Right.
And
right.
Gillette, the South Campus became Thunder Basin High School, and a lot of the athletes fled to Thunder Basin, and they had a great couple of years, and now Gillette's finally getting back to some respectability.
Yeah, they're getting some athletes back, and all the ones that transferred over Thunder Basin graduated. That's why their record isn't quite as good this year. Final score in 4A, third quarter, looks like Natrona County is beating Laramie 35-0.
35-0.
That's a look at our out-of-town scoreboard across the state of Wyoming. Of course, tomorrow it's an early game because it is out east. I believe kickoff is at 11 for the Cowboys and Northern Illinois against the Huskies. It's interesting because I was looking at it. The Cowboys are favored in the betting line by 7 points. But you look at it on ESPN, however they determine who's going to win their ESPN Power matchup, whatever, has Northern Illinois winning 66% of the time.
Really?
So
Okay.
apparently more people like the Cowboys to win it, but ESPN Power Football thinks Northern Illinois is going to take it. So have it that what you will. If you're a sports betting person, go ahead. I know they just recently opened up sports betting at the big casino over in Riverton. So I guess we're starting to become one of the states that's a part of that. But we'll go ahead, take a quick break, gather our thoughts, and we'll be back for the second half between the Panthers and the Tigers in just a minute.
Welcome back, Lander Tigers, and welcome back, high school football fans. After a long summer, it's great to be back to Fremont County Sports. Hi, I'm John with Teton Therapy. At Teton Therapy, getting you back out there is what we're all about. We treat everything from back and shoulder pain to brain injuries and strokes, and we get you back to living pain-free. Live your life without pain. Go to tetontherapypc.com to book your free consultation today.
Prices are going up all over. Food prices, fuel prices, tires, oils, you name it. But there's one thing that hasn't gone up. WRTA bus lines will still get you where you need to go in Fremont County for the same low price they've always had. Just $1 one way. How can you beat that? See WRTAbuslines.com for the new fall route schedule. Save hundreds of dollars every month. And use the WRTA to travel to and from the Riverton Airport. See WRTAbuslines.com for details. And remember, don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelts, and keep all 4 wheels on the road.
Keep all 4 wheels on the road. Well, apparently we still have that problem with that one ad. We're about 3 minutes away from the start of the second half. I comment on a couple of those scores, Josh Henninger. that Shoshone game up at Rocky Mountain is really interesting, with Shoshone having a 7-point lead in that third period of play. As everyone from Fremont County knows, the Northern Bighorn Basin is a tough place to play for our 1A and 2A schools. But Shoshone, that took care of last year's state champion Southeast with a resounding 40-some point win last week. They're playing very well up in the Bighorn Basin this week. Well, the Lander Tigers are coming out. They only trail by 1 touchdown. It's 14-7. Powell has had those 2 very long drives of 80 and 78 yards that they put together for their 2 scoring drives. And the Tigers' scoring drive was a lot less. They had a 3-play, 60-yard drive. And, of course, the big play there was that 61-yard pass play to Harris. So the Tigers looking pretty sharp coming out of the locker room. They are dressed in their green jerseys with black numbers trimmed in white. They have black pants on, and their helmets are black with the big green LT emblazoned on the side. The Powell Panthers are dressed in all white with orange numbers trimmed in black, and they have black helmets with the Panther inscribed on the side of their helmets, and they have white pants. So it's the green and black against the white and orange here tonight, although their color is black and orange, but these are their traveling uniforms. So the Tigers will get the football as we start the third period of play. Well, we have a crescent moon over here on the left-hand side. And, as the temperature came down and we had a little bit of rain, the smoke from that Sand Creek fire is not as voluminous as it was when we first got here. Josh, it was really something.
Yeah, it was. Looked like a stovepipe coming right out of the mountains with the smoke coming up. Of course, it cools down, thermal layer goes down in that wind too. You could really see it scooting along pretty well with the wind moving it. Luckily, the winds pushed it further to the north as it got cooler and the fire started laying down. Hopefully, over the weekend, I saw that temperatures are supposed to be cooler. Hopefully, the Forest Service and BLM are able to get a jump on it this weekend.
I was talking with Carl Coate, the photographer for the Lander Journal and Riverton Ranger, and he had a drone shot from south of Lander looking at that fire. Pretty spectacular drone photograph there by the young photographer from the Journal and the Ranger. You'll probably get to see it this week. So kicking it off right now is Hawkins Sweeney from the 40-yard line. And going deep back for the Tigers, we have Tisso Gwena on the right side. And also back there we have Brown. There's the high kick. It bounces and goes to the 3-yard line. It's picked up right there. Ooh, Tigers should have picked it up a lot sooner. They got swamped down inside the 5.
Yeah, I think he got stuck trying to determine whether that's going to roll in the end zone or if it was going to stop. Unfortunately, he picked it up way too late. Should have picked it up on the first bounce. The Tigers are going to have a very long field to try and tie this game.
So Lander Valley with the touch of the ball by Tisso Gwena will have the ball at the 3-yard line. Or is it the 4? It's at the 4-yard line. Got the glasses on it right now. First down, 10 yards to go. We have one of the linemen tying his shoe. You want to have a good tight shoe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially that position.
Especially that position. Okay, Tigers come out of the huddle facing a 4-man defensive front. Quarterback is Brandon Stauffenberg, but under center. Stauffenberg hands it off to the second man through, Matisse Weaver, and Weaver moves it up to the 5-yard line. So he'll have a gain on the play of 1 yard up to the 5. And that is now his, he's finally in double figures. Josh has 10 yards on the ground on 6 carries.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to get any momentum. Last week he was able to pretty much run wherever he wanted to. This week the Panther defense has been keeping him under wraps.
Okay, the Tigers come up to the line at the 4. Stauffenberg, the offset eye. rolls to his left side, passes downfield. It's caught for a first down for the Tigers. And coming up with that catch is Jonah Brown.
Jonah Brown has been the bright spot for the Tigers so far in this game. He's had a couple of big catches. That one there, he was able to just win the 50-50 ball, wrestled it away from the Panther defender, was able to use a little basketball box out to get the position on that one, get a first down for the Tigers.
He now has 43 yards in the passing department. Tigers again in that position where Stauffenberg is under center. 2 men in the backfield. Now Larvey changes position to his left. Handoff goes to the second man through Weaver, and Weaver is going to get a couple more yards up to about the 22-yard line, I think. So that's going to be a 3-yard gain by Weaver. 13 yards now.
One of the things you're starting to see in second half adjustment, instead of having quarterback under center and a single back, they're going with the I formation, see if they can't get some leverage in the running game.
Larvey and Weaver in the backfield. There's the handoff. Stauffenberg throws downfield, and it is caught by Tissel Gwinna. Gwinna has it, and it's going to be a first down on the play as it goes all the way to the 33-yard line. So that's an 11-yard pass play from Stauffenberg to Gwinna. That's his first catch.
I'll tell you what,
day.
that ball had some zip on it. It came out super quick. It was a dead rope straight to Gwinna's hands. Good pass by Stauffenberg.
Hash mark, far side, now back under center goes Stauffenberg. Changes his call at the line, rolls back. There's the handoff, goes straight up the middle. Weaver has it. And Weaver, well, let's see, they're going to mark him down for just a couple of yards. They're going to mark it up to the 34-yard line, so just a gain of a yard on that time. I tell you, that defensive front is tough for Powell. Here we go, Tigers, far side of the field, on the hash mark, back in the shotgun is Stauffenberg, back to pass. There's a pass caught, and it's going to be complete just inside the 40-yard line, and again, that's Jonah Brown.
Looks like Stauffenberg and the Tiger offensive coordinator are seeing that the Panthers are staying in a man-to-man defense. So they're going on quick timing routes, quick slants, quick comebacks and curls, able to get that separation for the receivers from the cornerbacks. Another good pass.
Tigers back up to the line of scrimmage. Two split out left, one to the right. Rolling is Stauffenberg. There's the pass, and it's intercepted. The third interception. It's going to be a touchdown. Smith intercepts it at the 40-yard line. Nobody there. Touchdown, Powell.
I did not see who that pass was intended for. All I saw in that area was the Powell defender, Smith. I don't know if he was trying to hit tight end or the slot receiver there, but I saw nobody in the vicinity for the Tigers.
So now the Powell Panthers go up by two scores. And here comes the PAT, and that is Hawkins Sweeney will do the kicking. There's the snap, the kick, it's up, it's high enough, long enough, and it's good. And it goes 21 Powell and 7 Lander.
To the canyon near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Hawkins Sweeney teeing it up at the 40-yard line, going deep back for the Tigers, Jonah Brown and Tissa Gwinna. Also down there is Gabe Harris and Zach Larvey. They're the midfield receivers. Sweeney approaches the football, 8:29 to go here. There's the long kick, and this time it goes out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Tigers get the ball at the 20.
Yeah, it was a pretty good kick into the wind, everything. I guess Pal's kicker and field goal kicker has got a pretty good leg. I don't know how the punter is. Haven't seen him out for the Panthers in a while.
No.
At least not since the first quarter, I don't think.
Yeah, we've had 2 punt returns of 11 and 30 yards by the Tigers. So the Tigers come out now, 1st and 10, football in the middle of the field. The offense is lining up. Powell's front is pretty big, Josh.
Yeah, it looks like
they've got some big boys down there.
Looks like they're running a 4-3 defense with 4 linemen, 3 linebackers, and they do have some pretty good size to them up front.
Okay, we have Stauffenberg under center. Weaver in the backfield. Weaver gets the call. No, it's a fake. Here's the pass by Stauffenberg. Oh, no one there. I think it was intended for Jonah Brown, but he was 10 yards down the field, and the ball just dropped incomplete at the 50.
Yeah, luckily for the Tigers, the safety that was in the area there, Zach Ratcliffe, the defensive back, looked like there was a miscommunication on the route between Stauffenberg and Jonah Brown. Really the only person that was anywhere close was Ratcliffe to that pass.
Okay, Tigers back up to the line of scrimmage. There's the snap in the shotgun. Pass on the near side is complete. Not much there, though, Josh, as the Weaver gets the reception for about 3 yards.
Yeah, just a little swing pass out to the running back in the flat coming out from the backfield. The Panthers were able to read it well in the zone defense. Man that was covering that area was able to just go over there and meet him pretty much the same time the ball got to him.
So it's 3rd down now, and they need 8 for the first down. Maybe a long 7. Stauffenberg now changing the call, doing some hand signals, trips out to the left side. Back to pass, Stauffenberg. There's a long pass downfield, and it's not, it's incomplete. Boy, that was a rope.
Yeah, I think he threw that one a little bit too hard. He knew it was a timing route. The receiver on the far side was running a little curl comeback, and if he had been closer to the sideline, that would have been perfect. But coming into the hash mark, threw it with a little too zip, a little too high.
That was Gabe Harris, the intended receiver. Matisse Weaver back to punt from his own 10-yard line. And we have Zach Ratliff, who's down inside his 40-yard line, waiting for the punt. The punt will go with the wind. Here's the snap, the kick. Oh, it's a long, long, high kick that bounces at the 35 and goes out of bounds down around the 28 or 29. And they're going to call it out where? Right at the 30. So that's where Powell will take it. And that was a pretty good kick. It went for 48 yards.
Pretty good kick, no return, pretty good net average on that one.
Yep. So now the Powell Panthers with a 3-touchdown lead. 2 of the Tigers' INTs have resulted in scores. So now the Panthers come out, first down, 10 yards to go, football on the near sideline. They're at the 30-yard line. Schwann calling the signals. They're in the eye. Fumble again. Fumble, and let's see who has it. The snap that's the 3rd bad snap that they've had, and it looks like 58, Carson Lamb comes up with it. So no gain on the play, and they're having a little bit of miscommunication between the quarterback and the center.
And I think all 3 of them have been when Schwann was under center. So I don't know if he's pulling back too soon and his hands are coming out from underneath the center where the ball's supposed to go. If it's coming out too quick and it's hitting him in the fingers, or maybe the center is, when he's snapping it, going a little too high and it's hitting his legs as he's releasing it to the quarterback.
Okay, here come the Panthers. Same formation, I formation. One receiver to the left. The pitch goes to the back. Halfback pass. Oh, too far downfield. And that was going to be intended for Ratcliffe. So the pitch went to Whitlock, so he gets credited with one pass here. And he's got an arm. Threw that into the wind.
He did a pretty good job. I could tell that was going to be a flea flicker, so to speak, or at least halfback pass. Because as soon as Whitlock got the ball, instead of immediately running as hard as he could to his right, he kind of took his time and walking to his right.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. Schwann under center. They're in the eye. Back to pass. Schwann takes 3 steps back. Long pass downfield is off the hands of Ratcliffe. He was able to get one paw on it, but that was enough, and it's 4th down, and the Panthers are going to have to punt.
I tell you what, that was a good pressure by the Tigers on the near side. I think it may have been Matisse Weaver coming from his linebacker spot. He got there just in time. I think it affected the throw just enough on the release. He hit Schwann in the back as he was releasing the ball. I think it was able to deflect the course enough to make it incomplete.
6.5 minutes to go, period 3, 21-7 Powell on our Tiger scoreboard. Now there's someone late coming in from the Powell sideline. Here's the long snap to Sweeney. The punt is a sidewinder, and it bounces out of bounds down about the 30-yard line. That one was nearly blocked, Josh.
They had good pressure from the interior line of the Tigers on that one. Sweeney was pretty surrounded with that low kick. All the lineman had to do pretty much was put his paw up and would have been able to deflect that, which may have also happened as well. I couldn't tell for sure, but low kick into the wind, that's about what you have to do on those punts, and it resulted in a good flip of the field for the Panthers.
39-yard punt by Sweeney. 6:24 to go, 3rd period. Powell leads 21-7 on our Tiger scoreboard. Here comes Jonah Brown, split out to the one side. Larvey to the other. Gwynna on the far side. Pitch goes to Weaver. Weaver caught in the backfield, gets away from one, but not another. He's going to be down for a loss back at the 28-yard line.
Unfortunately, that time, Weaver, usually he's pretty good with his vision and picking his cutback lane. That time, he was a little too cautious. If he'd cut back a little bit sooner, there was all sorts of green turf open for him. I almost said green grass, and I remembered it's turf field.
Loss of 2. Well, it looks pretty, though, doesn't it?
It does look pretty.
Yeah,
it did a good job.
2nd year for the turf field here. We've got trips out to the right side. One man split out far to the right. Under center. Stauffenberg's hands off to the first man through. There's a little bit of a run. Going is Larvey. Larvey is across midfield down to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Lander. And on that last play, Josh, the Lander Tigers cross midfield. And AARP Wyoming wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what is going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP Wyoming's Facebook page. Well, that went pretty well there. That was 26 yards to 36 yards on the carry by Weaver. So that upped his total considerably. Tigers, same formation. Stauffenberg back to pass. He's got a man too far, overthrowing. All the way down was Gwynna. He was wide open, and the pass might have been aided by the wind that time.
Yeah, it looks like the Gwynna had a double move out there. Stauffenberg saw it, did a little pump fake to draw the safety away from him. He knew that Gwynna was going to be able to get past that defender. He had a good 3 or 4 steps on him. Unfortunately, put a little too much juice on it. Had he put maybe just a little more touch in the air on it, probably would have been right into his hands, corner of the end zone.
Yeah, Gwynna had a 5-step lead on his defender. Back in the shotgun formation, trips to the left this time. 5:05 to go. Here's a quick pass to the right, caught. And it's going to be Jonah Brown with the catch, and it's going to be 1st down, yardage to the 30-yard line. 12-yard gain.
Jonah Brown has been beating Trey Stenerson almost the entire game. Stenerson a sophomore, maybe taking advantage of the player being younger. Just quick timing route again. Tigers are seeing what kind of defense the Panthers are doing in their secondary, doing the quick outs, slant routes, and comebacks and curls to get that separation for the receivers.
Brown now has 5 catches and 60 yards. Stauffenberg rolls out, throws down and out of bounds, way over the head of Brown, who was the intended receiver. The wind got that one.
Looks like that was a play-action boot for the Tigers. The pressure from the near side defender for the Pals forced that throw a little bit too quick. Brown was trying to go out in the flat on the slant route, but the defender had good coverage on there. That's a tight window. I'd much rather see him throw it a little bit too high instead of fitting it in there and throwing it right to the defender.
Gwynna to the left, Brown to the right. One man in the backfield. That's Larvey, right alongside Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg in the shotgun. 4:29 to go, third period. There's the snap and the pass over on the near side. Oh, and it is intercepted again. Or is it? No, incomplete. They rule it incomplete. That was tipped and almost intercepted.
Saying he trapped it. Looked like they were trying to throw a quick bubble screen with the man defense of the Panthers. They read it. That initial cornerback saw it immediately. He was able to tip it up, and the linebacker, unfortunately, wasn't able to get there before it hit the turf.
That was a nice bubble screen, and it was just a bit high, and it bounced off Brown's hands and almost into the hands of the Powell Panthers. 21-7, the score. Lander trailing on our Tigers scoreboard. Here's the snap, back to pass. There's the pass into the ground, intended for Brown. No, that was too short. Downdraft got that one.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a downdraft or one of the edge rushers were able to get their hand on it to force it down in the ground. Again, another quick timing route, quick 3-step drop, trying to catch the defender on his heels to get the separation. It looks like Tigers going to try for
a field goal.
Yeah, it's about 48 yards.
48-yard field goal attempt by Matisse Weaver from the near side hash mark with the wind. 4:20 to go here in the third period. His first field goal attempt of the year. The kick is long enough. Oh, and it hits the left upright and bounces away. Well, the wind might have caught that one a little bit, but it certainly had the distance. It just hit the left upright, and the field goal attempt is no good.
Yeah, definitely had enough oomph to that one. Unfortunately, it looks like it may have gone off his toe a little bit too much and went to the left. You know, naturally you want to hook it slightly since it's on the near side hash mark. May have just put a little too much angle on it. But definitely had the yardage. That one may have been good for about 55.
Yeah, that one definitely had the yardage. So Powell now first down, 10 yards to go. And we have the clock getting ready to start again. We're down to 4:13. Here comes Schwann. He comes out to the near side here with Stenerson and Ratcliffe on the other side. In the I formation, handoff goes to the second guy through, and that's Smith. And Smith gets about 5 yards, Josh.
Yeah, Panthers going with the offset eye there where the fullback is lined up slightly off center to the right of the quarterback and the tailback ready to receive it. You typically see that when a defensive line is winning the line in the trenches, and they'll use that fullback as the lead man to create a hole for the tailback to run through.
Gain is to the 24-yard line, 4 yards for Smith. Stenerson is back on the near side. He's the only receiver. And there's the handoff. Goes to the second man through. He's got a lot of running room. Smith across the 35 down to about the 37-yard line. Another big gainer for that halfback.
Smith following his fullback through the hole, able to get into the second level for the linebacking core of the Tigers. Luckily, there was one linebacker who was able to put his paw out and trip him up just enough for the safety to come in and finish up the tackle.
12-yard gain on the play. He now has 172 yards unofficially. And, of course, that's another first down. Still inside his own territory. This drive started back at the 20. Here's the handoff, goes to Graham. Graham gets running room and almost hits the first down. He burst through that right side of the Tiger line and had a lot of yardage, and they're going to punt it right at the 45. So that is a 9-yard gain by Graham.
The Powell offensive line is having their way with the Tigers right now. They are getting all of the push off the ball. I think the Tiger linemen were about 2-3 yards backwards by the time Graham got to the hole that was created on the right side of the center.
Second down, a yard to go. One wide receiver on the near side is Zach Ratliff. Everyone else in the eye behind Scherf. There's the handoff, goes to Graham, and Graham scoots around the left side for a first down across midfield down into Lander territory.
Graham got the handoff, looked like it was an outside run from the beginning, a little run to the edge, and the Powell Panthers line was able to set the edge block in their favor. Graham able to scoot around the edge to the perimeter with no issue, getting more than enough yardage for a first down. Now having it in Tiger territory at the Tiger 47.
8-yard gain. Graham is now up 9 rushes, 54 yards. And, of course, Smith has 14 rushes, 172 yards. So first down here for the Powell Panthers. Hash mark far side. Man in motion is Whitlock. There's the handoff. Goes to Graham, and he's caught in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Nice defensive run by Ernesto Cabrales.
Cabrales came through on the near side. On the edge, he blew through that Powell line as soon as the tailback for the Panthers had the ball. He was right there. Good sound form tackle to keep him in the backfield.
First loss rushing by Graham in the game. It's now back to the 49-yard line. Same formation for the Panthers. There's the snap, and the handoff goes to a new player this time, and that is, do I have a number 3? I don't think I have a number 3, if that's who, in fact, that was. Well, we're going to chalk that up to the team. I didn't see the number on that runner, and we have a timeout, officials timeout, as one of the as Smith lost his tennis shoe, so Graham comes in to replace him. So it is third down, 7 to go. They're at the 49-yard line, down to the 43. So that was a 6-yard gain on that last play. We'll give it to the team. Okay, here we go. Back to pass. Rolls to his right. Throws. Caught. Knocked out of bounds is Nathan Feller on the far side. That was a pretty good pass that time on the rollout.
Just play action rollout to the quarterback's right for the Panthers. It looked like the Tigers were in a zone defense. That receiver came across on the slant, found the hole in the zone, sat right there, presented himself to the quarterback, and was able to secure the catch for a Panther first down.
10 yards on the play for the first down. Panthers on another long march. Just a minute to go here in the third period of play. Man in motion is Whitlock. There's the handoff to Graham, and he goes ahead for a yard, maybe 2. Good stop that time by the Tiger front.
Looks like Cabrales was one of them that was coming off the bottom of the pile there for the Tigers. So far, he's been the one person that's consistently getting through to create pressure for the Powell offense. But unfortunately, it's still Powell had the upper hand from the get-go on the ground game.
2-yard gain. It'll be second down and a long 8th. Football is on the hash mark far side at the Tiger 31-yard line. 27 seconds to go. Ratcliffe out to the near side. They're in the eye again. Fumble again, another fumble. And let's see who's got this one. There's a big scramble for it. That's the 4th fumble between the quarterback and the center for Powell. And there's going to be no gain on the play.
I don't know what is going on the exchange between the center and the quarterback for Powell. That's 4 fumbles, all of them under center. There hasn't been a fumble where Schwann was back in the shotgun. So I don't know I don't know what the issue is with that exchange between those two.
Well, it's the end of the third quarter. 12 minutes left to go. It's Powell 21, Lander 7.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
The Maven B Series, our elite line of premium optics. Superior low-light performance, tack-sharp edge-to-edge clarity, generous depth of field, silky focus mechanism, built to handle the elements. State-of-the-art technology and an uncompromising optic.
Well, we've got 12 minutes left in this one. Lander Tigers are huddling with their head coach at the 35-yard line as Powell is down at the 31. And they took this ball over at the 30-yard line. So they've already gone, let's see, 20, 30, 37 yards on this drive. Schwann, the quarterback, under center, hash mark near side. There's the snap. It's a good one. Handoff goes on the near side. Carrying it is Sam Whitlock. He hasn't had the touch on the ball for a while. He picks up a few yards. And they're going to call him down at the 28.
Now comes big decisions. A little bit in that gray area for the Panthers. It's 4th down, about 4 to go, just inside the 30-yard line. They do have the wind to their backs, but it looks like they may be trying to get a first down here. This
yes,
big
Smith,
stop for the Tigers needed
pardon
here.
me, Josh. Smith checks back into the game, and he's the tailback. Same formation. There's the handoff. No, it's a play-action pass. There's a long pass downfield. Caught at the 12-yard line and out of bounds. 1st and 10. 1st and goal. They mark it out at the 9 for Powell.
That was probably the best play they could have drawn up. They come out with a wishbone formation, 3 people in the backfield. You're thinking it's most definitely going to go to the tailback. Play action to the tailback. He rolls out to his left. And that tight end that was on the near side leaked all the way across in the, looked like it was man defense, and nobody for the Tigers was able to pick him up before he got the ball.
1st and goal at the 9. That was a 21-yard pass down to Feller. His first catch of the afternoon. Here's the handoff to Graham. Graham into the end zone. Touchdown, Powell. He was untouched. He just went to the left side, Josh, and no one was there, and he rambles into the end zone with 11:07 to go in the game. It is another touchdown for the Panthers.
Yeah, the one thing that we haven't really seen much for the Panthers is that fully loaded backfield. And this drive, they've gone to it, and they've been successful on every play so far.
Okay, here comes Sweeney for the PAT. And the kick is up, and it is good. Nice, strong kick by Sweeney, and it goes 28-7. On our Tigers scoreboard. Powell Panthers. Let's see, they had that time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 play drive that went 70 yards.
12 play drive, a good mix of run and pass. It took a lot of time off the clock, and I don't know how long the time of possession was total. I would assume, I'm guessing it's somewhere between 4 and 5 minutes, maybe more. But look for that to be pretty much the MO for the Panthers the rest of this game as they try to nurse that 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter.
Well, I think they're going to have a pretty good chance to do just that, Josh. And they will come out. Sweeney will kick it off from the 40, puts the ball down at the hash mark on the near side. And the Tigers come out. Jonah Brown, Tisso Guina back there. We also have Zach Larvey in the midfield, and on the far side, it's Gabe Harris. So Sweeney to kick it off for the Panthers. There's the kick. Long kick. Boy, this one the wind really got. Out of the end zone, out of the back line of the end zone. Tigers will take over at the 20, first down and 10. We've seen some strong kickers in this game tonight.
Been strong kickers, a little bit of wind aided always helps as well, but the Panthers have been using the ground game to their advantage as well. Tigers have tried to throw some passes. I believe Stauffenberg has 2 or 3 interceptions.
Yeah, he has 3 interceptions in the game.
It's, unfortunately,
each of them leading to a score.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Tigers haven't been able to create the same turnovers, even with all the fumbles that the Panthers have had.
Yeah, they've had 4 missed snaps at center to the quarterback. Stauffenberg is in the shotgun. Weaver right alongside of him to the right. Handoff goes to Weaver. He makes a cut. Makes one tackle. Miss him. Up to the 30-yard line. A first down. A 10-yard gain. Let's see where they mark it. It might be 9 yards. It's going to be right on the 30. That should be a first down. No, they're going to call it second down. So 9 yards by Weaver. And he now has 65 yards on 11 carries. Here they go, same formation. Gwynna in motion, gets set, handoff goes straight up ahead again, and that is, who is that? Was that Gabe Harris that carried that? I think it was Gabe Harris. No, well, they say Weaver, 37. So it's a first down for the Tigers, and it's to the 32-yard line, so just a gain of 3 on the play. Put the glasses on this one. Same formation for Lander. Stauffenberg gives it off to Weaver. Weaver cuts to one side, cuts to another, falls forward to about the 37-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 5 on the play.
Good patience there by Weaver. He's looking for the cutback lane, saw it wasn't open, and the receivers on the near side was able to create a lane for him. Saw it, went through for a good positive gain on first down.
9 minutes, 50 seconds to go in this one, 28-7. As we mentioned, 3 Powell scores coming after interceptions. Those turnovers by Lander have been very costly. Twin receivers off to the right side. Back to pass. There's a long pass down. It's caught by Gwynna. Gwynna at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. He's down to the 25-yard line. Nice reception by Gwynna.
That was a good little out route by Gwynna. Both the receivers went downfield past the 50-yard line rather, and that reminds you, on the last play, the Lander Tigers crossed midfield, and AARP Wyoming wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what's going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP Wyoming's Facebook page.
Okay, the gain is all the way down to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Tigers have it, first and 10. Back to pass, Stauffenberg. It's caught and dropped. That was Gwynna, and he falls down and slams his fist down on the turf. Josh, he had that one. He made the spin to his right, and he broke free from the tackler, but dropped the ball.
Yeah, he did what he needed to get open there to try and receive that pass. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite look it in as soon as it got there, but you're starting to see a little bit more tempo for the Tigers, showing a little bit more spread offense, throwing Stauffenberg at the shotgun, throwing his receivers out wide. It looks like majority of receivers are taller than the Powell defenders. It's just a matter of Stauffenberg putting the ball in the right place for his receivers to catch it.
Gwynna now with 59 yards in receptions. Larvey back in the game. A look into the end zone. Long pass is incomplete. Knocked away at the last second. Really good defensive move that time by Zach Ratliff. Otherwise, that would have been 6 for the Tigers.
That was probably the best ball I've seen Stauffenberg throw. I know it was incomplete, but he saw the one-on-one matchup with the receiver. He threw it to his outside shoulder where it would be put in the only place his receiver is going to catch it, or the defender wasn't didn't have his head turned, could have possibly been a pass interference for a free first down. Really great throw by Stauffenberg.
Stauffenberg now has 171 yards in passing. 9:12 to go in the game. Here's a third down, 10 yards to go. Hash mark far side. Larvey moves to Stauffenberg's right. Stauffenberg backpedals, throws in the middle, it's caught. Caught by the Tigers. Breaks one tackle, breaks another. Gwynna all the way down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, I think. It's very, very close. He might be a yard short. That was a great play that time. They're going to mark it down at the 16-yard line. So that's going to be a 9-yard pass.
Yeah, it was a great job by the receiver. He was able to catch it. Saw that there is a little bit of blocking in front of him, made a couple defenders miss, able to go around the edge there, get to the perimeter and try and scoot it forward for first down. Unfortunately came up just short. It's going to be 4th and a short one for the Tigers.
Okay, 4th and 1, 8:25 to go, clock ticking. Hash mark on the near side. Larvey is in the backfield. Under center now is Stauffenberg. They've got a full house look. The handoff goes straight up the middle to Weaver. He's got the first down by 3 yards.
Good push by the offensive line of the Tigers, and then the two up backs going through there, creating an even bigger hole for Larvey to kind of pick and choose where he wanted to go. Got the push, the initial push to force him backwards, got the line to gain. First down for the Tigers.
Tigers can get a first down at the 2-yard line, between the 2 and the 3. Back in the offset eye. Snap. Stauffenberg rolls to his right, throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! That was a great throw that time. And it goes to, let's see, I'm trying to get the number. Gwynna. Tissel Gwynna gets it, a 13-yard touchdown pass, and the Tigers score here in the 4th quarter.
That is their first score since the 2nd quarter for the Tigers. That was a good out route by Gwynna. Quick little timing out, 3-step drop, went to the goal line. Immediately turned right, created separation with the defender, and was able to bring that one in on the great pass straight to the hands by Stauffenberg.
Here's the extra point. The snap is muffed. There's a pass into the end zone for 2, and it's knocked away. So the PAT pass fails, and the Tigers show a little bit of vulnerability on the snap there. It's 28-13 on our Tiger scoreboard.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A 9-play drive that went 80 yards, and the Tigers score on a 13-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Stauffenberg to Tissot Gwynna. Gwynna now has a total of 81 yards receiving, and in the passing department, Stauffenberg has lofted the ball 24 times, and I'll have to count up how many he's completed, but he has 193 yards passing.
Onside kick.
Well, here we go, 7.5 minutes to go. Let's see if you're right. Yeah, Weaver is way up close. No, he bounces it high in the air, and we saw that against Green River, only this time it's fielded nicely by the Powell Panthers. Coming up was the quarterback, Jet Swan, who made the catch. And as we heard in our post-game interview the other day. That's a play that they try to get the ball to a certain spot on the field. Green River didn't go after the ball, and then the Tigers recovered it. This time Powell fell right on it at the 33-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, Powell might have been watching that game film if they're able to access it against Green River and realize that is a set play. It's not a miss-hit kick.
Okay, 1st and 10. Schwann still the quarterback. He's under center in the I formation. 7:30 to go in the game. There's the snap. The handoff goes to the second man through, and that's Smith. And he gets up to the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 7-yard gain. Smith in this contest has 179 yards unofficially. That's pretty good.
Anytime you're in triple digits for a running back or receiver, even a quarterback. Of course, quarterback you want 200 and 300, but
yeah,
it's a good game.
2nd down, 3 yards to go. Same formation, 7 minutes left in the game. Handoff, this time goes to Graham, and he's caught by a leg and pulled down, and that was Ernesto Cabrales that made that tackle.
So Cabrales as well as Robert Cubapalo, the senior that was recognized in the senior night festivities before the game, both were able to get their hands on him and trip him up for the short gain. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 for the Panthers. Tiger defense needing to get a stop here in the 4th quarter.
6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Powell with a 2-touchdown lead, 28-13. On the near side now, Zach Ratliff. The only wide receiver split out in the I under center. Rolling out, there's the handoff. And it's going to go to Smith, and he's got a lot of running room inside the 50, down to the 45, down to the 43-yard line. Wow. So that is 15 yards on the gain. Down to the 40, they're going to call it the 44.
And the only person there to save the touchdown was Tissel Gwena for the Tigers, coming in from that safety position. Was able to bring him down the rest of the way after the linebacker was able to get his hand out on him, but huge hole for the Panthers.
207 yards rushing by Smith, Reed Smith. 1st down, handoff goes back to Smith. Not that much yardage this time as he's slowed down as he hits the interior defensive line for the Tigers. Gain is down to the 42, so that's a 2-yard gain.
The edge rush for the Tigers on the near side and the far side, they're able to get past the blockers of the Panthers, but all the runs have been going inside. Those interior linemen for the Panthers are significantly bigger than the defenders for the Tigers, and they're pushing them in the trenches. They have been the entire game.
They're making the big holes for Smith to run through. Full house look in the backfield. Handoff goes to Graham. No, that's Smith. He gets a little lane on the outside and out of bounds. He goes at the 37-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 5 yards.
Escorted out of bounds by Jace LeClaire with a good job not over pursuing. He was able to set his base and kind of just sidestep with him over towards the boundary, force him out of bounds. Again, though, the edge rush for the Tigers was there, but they keep running it inside up the gut, and then after that, they're just making the cuts in the 2nd level for big gains.
Yep. Here's another handoff. This one goes to Sam Whitlock.
Cody Cunningham, the student section's favorite so far this season. Every time he gets near the ball or touches the ball or comes out, he is a junior for the Tigers. It seems like from scrimmage, week 1, and now this week, only player we really hear consistently coming from the student section is Cody's name.
Line of scrimmage is the 34, gain of 3 on that last play. It's 4th down. Powell needs a yard to keep this drive going.
Quarterback sneak.
No, it's a pitch. Goes out to the outside. They're going to get the first down and more. Rushing on the outside. Whitlock into the end zone. Touchdown, Powell.
Powell knew that the Tigers were going to set everybody inside. Great call by the offensive coordinator of the Panthers. Anytime you have third or fourth and short, you're definitely going to be loading the box inside. And the weak point is going to be on the edge. And they recognized that. They saw it. They called an edge run to the weak side. He was able to get to the perimeter and scamper in untouched for the touchdown.
So Whitlock gets the TD. Here's Sweeney for the extra point, and it's good. And the score now goes 35 to 13. Powell with 3:57 left in the game.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds, and it can save your life.
Go Pokes, buckle up.
I think the world needs more cowboys.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Sweeney approaches the football at the 40-yard line. And it is a line drive kick that's going to go down, and it's picked up, let's see, I can't see his number right now, but he's got a lot of good running room, and I believe that's Zach Larvey. Larvey gets up to the 25-yard line. He took it at about the 5, so it was about a 20-yard return on that play. Or was that Gwynna?
Maybe
it was Gwynna. I think it was Gwynna. Yeah, he got a nice 20-yard return on that to the 26, 21-yard return. So that he has 32 yards in returns so far today. So Lander Valley takes over at their 26-yard line. Interesting, before the game, they had the field all looking real nice, and they had all these yard markers on the sideline. And the wind came up, and there they went. They all blew to the the northern end zone. Had to have the manager go pick those all up. Okay, Tigers have it. Trips to the right side. There's the pass, whistle, and we have a flag before the snap, and we have a violation against Lander for a false start. That is only the third penalty against the Tigers for 5 yards. They've been penalized 26 yards in the game. So the ball goes back to the 21 on the penalty.
Definitely a lot better than last week. I think they had 8 or 9 penalties last week.
First and 15 now, 3:48 to go. Same formation. Handoff this time goes to the first man through, Weaver. Weaver up to the 25-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage. He gets 5 yards.
Gets the penalty yardage back. The Powell defense is definitely spreading out as the Tigers are sending the receivers out wide, thinking it's a pass play. Going with the draw. Good yardage on first down.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Clock moving at 3:20 left in the game. 35-13 Powell. In the shotgun. Back to pass. Takes 3 steps back. Pass downfield. Caught at the line of scrimmage, and that's no gain on that play. Maybe a yard. That was a rocket, but they had it figured out.
It looked like that was a
Gwynna.
It looked like that was a long pass, only because Stauffenberg stepped back so many times. Instead of the quick 3-step drop, it looked more like a 5-step drop. Maybe trying to set up a wide receiver screen on that far side. The Powell defender was able to see through it and was able to stop him for no gain.
Boy, that smoke is now invading Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. It looks like fog out there in the lights. Here's a nice little swing pass, a little bubble screen. Weaver doesn't go anywhere, and they're going to lose yardage back to the 20. 5-yard loss.
The best defense on a bubble screen or a swing out pass for a screen to the running back is a zone defense. That is exactly what Powell has been running. If you do a man defense, they're going to get locked up, whereas if you do a zone, you've got players able to move around. They'll cover their zones, and they can cover that screen a lot better. That's exactly what Powell did that drive. Force a quick 3-and-out.
And Weaver back to punt from the 5-yard line as we go under the 2-minute mark here in Lander. And a timeout is going to be called by Powell. So Powell calls a timeout, 1:49 to go in the game. And they all run over to the sideline to Coach Chase Chrysler. And the Tigers come over to Coach John Scott.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
1 minute, 49 seconds left in this one as we're entertained in the background by the LVHS band. 35-13 is the score, and the Tigers will be punting it away on 4th down and 16. Matisse Weaver is back at the 5-yard line, and we have Zach Ratliff back to catch for the Powell Panthers. There's the snap, the kick. Ooh, it's a booming kick. It goes all the way down to the 38-yard line. It's caught there, and Ratliff downs it. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Powell Panthers, and they're going to be right at the 39-yard line. So a great punt that time by Weaver. 41 yards on the punt. So let's see if Powell brings in some other players here with 1:42 to go and a 3-touchdown lead, 35-13. And it looks like the new quarterback is the old quarterback, Jet Swan. He's still out there for the Panthers. Yeah, so's all the starters. They're all out there still. Whitlock split wide off to the left side. I formation under center is Swan. Handoff goes to Graham. To Smith. Smith finds a hole outside, and he takes a slide down at the 44-yard line. Be 5 yards.
That was a good run by Smith. Good vision there, being patient, deciding whether he should take it up the gut or bounce it outside. Saw that the edge was set by his teammates, took it outside for a good gain. For about 4 yards, make it 2nd and 6.
And I have him unofficially now at 202 yards rushing on 19 carries. Great game for Smith. Reed Smith. Okay, here's the victory formation. And this will just about do it. 50 seconds to go here in the game. And Powell takes a knee. And they're going to go to 3-0 on the season. They have wins over Riverton and Powell already this season. Lander will go to 1-1. They have a victory over Green River, and then this will be the loss to Powell. Scrimmage to Pinedale didn't count. So down to a half a minute to go now, and they take another knee, another victory formation, and that's the game. And the crowd giving a nice applause here to both of these teams as the final score is Powell 35 and Lander 13.
And this goes on their official record as a loss. But the big thing to worry about too is usually this in the past this was a conference game, whereas now Powell's in the 3A West, Tigers are in the 3A East. And when it comes to playoff seeding, the first thing you look at is their conference record, not the overall record. So the Tigers have their first conference game next week as they travel to Evanston to play them. Riverton is playing Evanston right now. I think last score we got was at halftime. Evanston was ahead 12-7 over Riverton. So it'll be a long trip for us, be a long trip for the Tigers. It'll be a little bit of an earlier start because of that and the travel restrictions. I believe kickoff is at 4 next week.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
Weather depending.
Weather depending. Well, the Tigers and the Panthers are out doing their handshake. You know, last year they had a wave at each other from 30 yards apart.
Right.
I like this a lot better. So congratulations to Coach Chase Kistler. This makes it 5 in a row now over Lander, and one of these days Lander's going to get the Panthers number. But Powell wins again. Final score 35-13.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back, Lander Tigers, and welcome back, high school football fans. After a long summer, it's great to be back to Fremont County Sports. Hi, I'm John with Teton Therapy. At Teton Therapy, getting you back out there is what we're all about. We treat everything from back and shoulder pain to brain injuries and strokes, and we get you back to living pain-free. Live your life without pain. Go to tetontherapypc.com to book your free consultation today.
Prices are going up all over. Food prices, fuel prices, tires, oils, you name it. But there's one thing that hasn't gone up. WRTA bus lines will still get you where you need to go in Fremont County for the same low price they've always had. Just $1 one way. How can you beat that? See WRTAbuslines.com for the new fall route schedule. Save hundreds of dollars every month and use the WRTA to travel to and from the Riverton Airport. See WRTAbuslines.com for details. And remember, don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelts, and keep all 4 wheels on the road.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
The Maven B Series, our elite line of premium optics. Superior low-light performance, tack-sharp edge-to-edge clarity, generous depth of field, silky focus mechanism, built to handle the elements, state-of-the-art technology, and an uncompromising optic.
Back again at Bill Bush Stadium, our final score again was 35-13, and the Powell Panthers did the honors here tonight and won that game pretty handily. You look at it, the Tigers had 3 interceptions, all of them that left for touchdown. We had 1 pick six, and the others ultimately scored touchdowns for the Powell Panthers. So when you take that into account, I know that's something Coach John Scott's going to want to eliminate, are those cotton-picking turnovers. So let's take a look at the scoring summary. The Lander Valley Tigers scored first in the game just after the start of the second quarter on a 60-yard pass from Stauffenberg to Harris. Weaver added the PAT, and then it was a 3-play, 60-yard drive, and Lander led 7-0. That held up until the 7:22 mark of the second period, when the game was tied on a 6-yard run by Whitlock. The PAT was good by Sweeney, a 7-play, 80-yard drive, and it was 7-7. In the second period, with 1:11 left, it was Graham on a 2-yard rush. Sweeney added the PAT, an 8-play, 78-yard drive, and that made the score 14-7 at halftime. And then at the 8:29 mark of the third period, the second interception of the game, thrown by Stauffenberg, resulted in a run to the house by Reed Smith. Sweeney added the PAT, and it was 21-7 for the Powell Panthers. Then in the fourth quarter, at the 11:07 mark, just after the fourth quarter had started, it was Graham on the nice run, Torrin Graham. He went 9 yards. Sweeney added the PAT, a 12-play, 70-yard drive. That made the score 28-7. Then in the fourth quarter, the Tigers got back on the scoreboard with 7:35 to go in the game. It was a 13-yard pass from Stauffenberg to Tisso Guena. The PAT snap was muffed, and a pass for the end zone ultimately was knocked down, and it went 28-13. And then with 4 minutes to go in the game, a 34-yard rush by Sam Whitlock of the Powell Panthers off left side. PAT was added by Sweeney, and that was the final margin in tonight's game, 35-13. Looking at the individual statistics, first of all, for the Powell Panthers, they had a total of 55 yards rushing, or 55 yards passing, 202 yards rushing. They had 2 rushers, 55 and 202 yards for 257 yards rushing, 71 yards passing for 328 yards total offense. The Tigers had 97 yards rushing, 194 yards passing for 291 yards. So 328 for the Panthers, 291 for the Tigers. Statistically, not that far apart, but it was those 3 interceptions that really cost the Tigers tonight. For the Powell Panthers, Smith, boy, what a runner he is, Reed Smith. He carried the ball 19 times for 202 yards. And Graham, the fullback, he had a pretty good day too. Torrin Graham carried the ball 12 times for 55 yards. Whitlock had 3 carries for 9 yards, and Schwann had 7 carries for -9 yards. So that wiped out the 9-yard gain by Whitlock. In the passing department, Schwann completed, 5 passes for 71 yards. Ratcliffe caught one for 7. Stenerson caught one for 10. Graft caught one for 20. Smith caught one for 13. And Feller caught one for 21 yards. Ratcliffe also had 38 yards in punt return average. The Panthers had 1 turnover in the game. They were penalized 4 times for 20 yards. For the Lander Valley Tigers, let's take a look at their individual numbers. Stauffenberg, I'm going to have to count this up because let's see, how many passes did he complete? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he was 13 of 24. 13 of 24 passes, 189 yards or 194 yards passing. His pass receivers, Harris caught one for 61. That was a touchdown. Gwynna had 5 catches for 82 yards. Weaver had one catch for -2 yards. And Brown had 5 catches for 60 yards. Gwynna had 32 yards in return yardage, and Brown had 30 yards in return yardage. On the ground, it was Matisse Weaver carried the ball 5 times for 81 yards. He carried it 15 times for 81 yards. And Zach Larvey carried the ball 5 times for 16 yards. The Tigers had penalties that counted up to 31 yards in penalties. They had 4 penalties for 31 yards. And it was a pretty close game. The Tigers scored first, and they were on the march again when the first INT happened, and that set Powell up.
All right, I'm here with Coach Scott. Coach, we looked like it was going to be a close game in the beginning. Powell was able
to... the Powell Panthers, Josh Henninger, have a very good rushing game. We saw that tonight, and, of course, that's helped by the great front line of the Powell Panthers. They made a lot of openings for Smith and Graham.
That's true. They did a really good job of creating those, as well as, just overall, their size was quite a bit larger, especially on the interior for the Panthers, as they were able to kind of lead the charge on the interior, create those holes for a huge running game for the Tigers, and hopefully that's something they can fix looking forward to next week.
And the last time we had a score from Cody Beers down at Evanston, the Evanston Red Devils were leading 12-7, and that was in the third period of play. We want to go now to our Mama's Kitchen player of the game. And for the Lander Tigers, I think our player of the game today is going to be the quarterback Stauffenberg, who had 13 passes out of 24 attempts for 194 yards, and he will be our player of the game. Now, last week, Josh, we got out of here too fast, and we forgot to name a player of the game. And that's going to go to Matisse Weaver, who had just a tremendous rushing game against the Green River Wolves. And so Matisse Weaver, the Mama's player of the game, Mama's Kitchen player of the game against Green River. And tonight, Brandon Stauffenberg for the Lander Tigers.
And we got the graphic up, too.
Oh, okay, good.
And we got the graphic up. Oh, that's not what
we got a little bit of an echo going there. We're trying to get the coaches interview up here.
That's not what I wanted to do. My bad.
5-13 as the Powell Panthers did a really fine job. I was talking to their coach Chrysler before the game, and they did not get out early to leave Powell. They had to wait till school got over today. And so Coach Chrysler says, well, I tell you what, it was a real fast turnaround. They had to jump in the bus right after the school let out, and they got here to Lander just about 40 minutes before the game started. Their buses came in and lined up and let the team out, and they went in their locker room and got dressed up. But Coach Chrysler had a lot of nice things to say about Lander, that the Tigers are doing much better this year. They've got some really good personnel. And if it hadn't been for those turnovers, this might have been a little closer game, but, that's a what if.
Right. And I believe we were able to work out the bugs. And fingers crossed we're able to get the post-game interview here with Coach Scott. Coach Scott, Coach, we looked like it was going to be a close game in the beginning. Powell was able to get some running room in the second half there. How do you think the Tigers did overall?
Well, I think we went through some growing pains. They exposed some things on us in our run defense, and that we got to shore up. We got some young guys back there, and so they learned a lot tonight. And I thought, even in the second half, for the most part, we improved a little bit in the second half just of some things we talked about at halftime. That was a positive. Offensively, you just can't turn it over. And Brennan's going to go through those growing pains, but I think we can come out of there with some confidence that we can make some things happen with a passing game and add some of the running game into it. So we protected well, and so it's just the growing pains of a new system from what we've been doing, and we'll get better.
And you saw in the first half there's a couple of turnovers put back and forth, and then the Panthers fumbled the ball several times under center, and those interceptions that you mentioned. What are some things looking forward to next week that you want to work on to help maybe establish that ground game again on the offense?
Well, they're a real big team. We've got to eliminate we busted a few runs, but what we got to do is eliminate the ones where we made it too easy for them. We didn't get some bodies on that linebacker at the second level. That was a big thing that we really concentrated on, because we've seen him for 3 years, and he's done the same thing to us for 3 years. He just does such a great job of playing underneath things, so our intent was find out where he's at and get a body on him, and he just proved to be a far more superior than we could block right now, and he made some things happen. But we're going to go back and keep it simple and just try to be more effective.
And looking forward to the matchup next week. Start your conference schedule. Yeah. It is a long trip down to Evanston. What are some things you're looking forward to looking at the matchup for next week?
Well, Evanston's going to, they've played us so tough the last, we played them 3 years ago, and in the last 2 years, it's come down to a last possession, basically. They run an option game, and so, we're going to see a good dose of a fullback, some speed out on the perimeter. Defensively, we're going to see, similar type athletes. That anytime that you play those teams, out of that west side, there is a physicality to them, and we just have to be able to match it and clean up those things that we can definitely improve on, and see if we can't muster up just a little bit more depth. We got a few more guys that we're able to spell out on the field, but a few more pups that we'll try to get ready.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Okay, Josh Henninger with our interview with Lander head coach John Scott. Want to remind you that our sponsors, the pregame show brought to you by Bailey's Tire and Auto Service, the starting lineup by Sutherland's Home Improvement Center. The postgame show we're in right now, the Click It or Ticket from Wyoming Department of Transportation, and our player of the game, Mama's Kitchen here in Lander. I also wanted to say, Josh, you had a kind of a tough week this week. Lost your voice at one point, and by golly, you've rallied and had a good time tonight. Thanks for your excellent work.
For sure. Lots of hot tea, lots of cough drops, a lot of sleep. I got about 11 hours of sleep last night, so that helped quite a bit. And Coach Scott told me there was an update on that kickoff. We said 4 o'clock. They moved it back to 3 o'clock.
They moved it back to 3, so it'll be an early game next Friday.
Early game next Friday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Weather pending, of course.
Yep.
Sounds like they had some weather issues down there in the Evanston and Riverton game. We'll be on air approximately 2:30, unless weather says otherwise, and there's a little bit of delay, and kickoff will be right around 3 o'clock.
Well, I tell you, the lights here are kind of illuminating the smoke. There's a wildfire in the Shoshone National Forest just about 10 miles west of Lander, And when we first got here today, Josh, boy, the smoke was roiling. And then the wind came up. We had gusts to 50 miles an hour, and they delayed the start of the game about a half an hour because they wanted that wind to die down. And the wind did have a little bit of effect on the game in the early going, but, you have to avoid the turnovers. And the Tigers will be on the road against Evanston next week, and you can see it right here on the KFCW Facebook page and on WyoToday's YouTube channel. So, well, that's it. I want to thank Rusty Wirtz for her help tonight, and Kirk Baxter for his assistance back at the radio station and studio in Riverton. And any final words, Josh?
It was a tough game for the Tigers. I think, as like Coach Scott mentioned, it's a young team. They got a new system. They're trying to put everything together, and it's a tough matchup going against Pal, but it is a great warm-up to use before you get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule and your conference schedule, where those are the games that matter in your playoff seeding and what they go off for the playoffs. So I think overall it's a tough game. There's some bright spots. There's things to work on, things to improve, and I do believe Tigers are going to come out swinging next week against Evanston.
All right. Thanks, Josh Henninger, for your work today. This is Ernie Over, bidding you a pleasant good evening from Bill Bush Memorial Stadium here in Lander. Have a great weekend this weekend, and we'll see you on the radio and on the live stream next Friday afternoon. Good night, all. Drive carefully.